Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are back live, man. We are here in the dunya. 7 goals for Man United. You get me? In the Carabao Cup. You know,
I definitely, them ones that you see that right there. You know that one there, Saeed. You see that right there? Where he go? Why he leave the chair? Why he leave the chair, bro? Where they at?
You don't want to talk about him. He wants to talk about Onana against Aston Villa.
Something, relax. I'm not going nowhere. Why are you worried about
me? Your mic on, man.
Worry about your monologue.
You need to bring Leon to the light. You need to bring Rance to the light. You need to bring Temi to the
all
light.
Of them come outside, man.
Bro, they're not gonna come outside, bro.
They not ready
for this, bro. They're not coming outside, bro. I'm not hearing it, bro. They're gonna say, "Oh, it's Barnsley, bro. Bro, it's Barnsley, bro." I'm not.
I follow my out. Oh shit!
There you go.
Listen,
there you go. Club, man. They play Preston North End. It's Preston North End, bro. Feel me? Saeed, you see what went down today, Saeed. You see?
I'm telling you, man.
On, Saeed. Like
we outside, man. We living it. We outside, man.
How many J's Garnacho at right now this season?
Garnacho I just want to know. Rashford has 3.
No, but how many Garnacho at for the season right now? I just want to.
I think it's about.
He only started how many games? Oh, my fault.
It's like 3 or 4 now. 4 or 5.
My bad. We're gonna talk.
Don't worry, man. Done, man. Don't worry. Did you not play tonight? When did you not play?
We just faked his keeper. Put that comment back up. We just faked his keeper. That's his keeper.
That's his keeper, isn't it?
He's playing Napkins FC in the Conference League. No one said nothing. They couldn't stack pad against them. They almost had a comeback happen against them. And now we're stack padding against Barnsley, and he's
they was playing a team called Corvette.
Nah, it's crazy. It's crazy. These man need to look at them. They're all here now. Look.
So much agendas. I don't understand. Why is everyone so like? Did people expect us not to beat Barnsley? Like, of course we were supposed to beat them, but how you beat them is important.
Good footy. That's my point.
Yeah, how you beat them is important. I don't.
That's Chelsea keep on loan getting spanked with 7 goals. That's
that's one of their dead keepers, that's sent around the world. You know that was there, bro. You know what I mean? How much did you buy for 20 million? Is that the keeper that they bought for 20 million? What's his name, by the way, the keeper?
Gabriel.
I don't even know the name of the. What's this? Salino?
Where this guy's from.
He's from MLS. He's from the US.
From the US. Yeah, you know that was there, bro. It's crazy, man. But listen, man, I think for me, the main thing is that we did our thing. You get me? Shout out to everybody here. You know what I mean? Shout out to the man them. You get me? But, bro, 7. First of all, Ten Hag has never scored 5. So the fact that we've scored 7 is a madness. I think we could have got more. Could have been 8 or 9, if I'm being honest.
It could have been a cricket score.
Could have been a cricket score. And you know what the maddest thing is? I don't think United even started that well, Like, I thought Barnsley... But kind of like, I thought, Barnsley doing their thing and that.
They were pressing high. They were pressing us high, and United tore them apart. It was just once that Rashford goal went in, it was over.
That ball by Garnacho, Brian. I just want to like.
No, that pass. Some of Garnacho's passing today, and to be fair, throughout the season has been really good. Especially on the counter attack, those switch of plays to find Rashford or find the opposite winger has been really, really good. And today, some of his passing was really good. You want to see stuff like that, even if it's Barnsley, because, again, you want your opponents to be scared of you. They're coming to Old Trafford. Go out there and show why Old Trafford is a bad place to come to play. 7-0. The next lower league side that comes to play United at Old Trafford are going to be worried in the Cups. That's what you do. That's what United used to do in the past. So for me, this is a good victory. Enjoy it. There's nothing to really be upset about. We got to see Ugarte in midfield, some of his ball winning, and then carrying the ball and laying it off to someone that makes the pass. That's Ugarte in a nutshell. That's the player that I know he can be. I want to see obviously more of it. Just maybe less. He made some rash tackles, but that's him in a nutshell. Sometimes it's not going to pay off. Sometimes it is, and we scored from a counter attack when he won the ball off, articulated off to Eriksen. Eriksen found the true ball to Garnacho, I think. But he was really good. Eriksen as well today was fantastic.
Was class, man. Yeah. Like for me, listen, that number 10 role, I can't lie. Maybe the sample size isn't too much, But Eriksen was like last 2 games. When we talk about like all-round performances, Eriksen has been clean.
No,
And
but
what
you know,
happens
did you clock why though, Saeed? Did you clock why so though, Saeed? Because of that pivot of Casemiro and
Yeah, 2 of them
that
in
guy
there.
did not have to backtrack that much today, bro.
No,
It's because he's actually playing as a 10, Omar. That was the
Exactly.
correct
He
way
didn't
to
have
say
to
it.
do more than what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to
That pass
do
he played a very good pass to someone. I don't know if they scored from it or not. I think did he get an assist today or
the Garnacho goal? Yeah.
oh yeah, the
That's
Garnacho
good.
goal.
Garnacho, yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, there you go. That was a very good pass. I'm not gonna lie, bro. When we have him playing up front, not doing all that labor, that physical labor, just running back and forth, he shows his bits of quality. I used to always say that last season, he just reminded me of last season Juan Mata, where we just bring him on for a few minutes, break down a defense, play a little balls here and there, and that's it, But when we use him for 90 minutes, using him in a pivot, expect him to run and do all that stuff, I never wanted to see that. But I'm so happy actually today. Forget the score and all that. I'm so happy that Mainu got a full rest. He did not play a single minute today.
100%.
We needed that. We did not need him to play today. The worst case scenario, we struggled this game and we had to bring on our big guns off the bench because we need to win the game. That would have been the worst case scenario. Today, we brought on some players off the bench just to go out and enjoy their football. Ahmad, go out and enjoy your football. Bruno, go out and enjoy your football. Xerxes, go out and enjoy your football. And that's how it should have been. Brian said it perfectly. This is what you're supposed to do with these little teams. Last season, we did not do that. We struggled against Stroughton, we struggled against Newport, and we struggled against Coventry. So we got to give credit where it's due. Because people think that we sit here and we just choose to be negative. No, we don't. When we don't do the job, we have to call it out. But when we do the job and we do it exceptionally well, then you have to brag about it. We would have took a 3-0 today, let alone a 7. Come on.
Broski, if United just played well, and they had a swagger about them, and they scored goals, I wouldn't be 10 out, man. You know what I mean? But and it is Barnsley. We have to reiterate that. It is Barnsley. But at the same time, like I said, this is it's a confidence booster, bro. You know what's mad here today? It's like these players needed that today. Rashford needed that. Even a Garnacho needed that. Like
Anthony needed that.
Anthony, I don't think he had the best game in the world, but I don't think he was.
No, he had a good game. He had a decent game.
Yeah. You know what I mean? He showed a few bits on the right hand side. You know what I mean? Trying to get in. He was buzzing. It's man. Like people needed to just do their thing today, bro. And fair play, man. You know what I mean? I don't think anyone had a bad game today, and that's why sometimes you look at these games, you're thinking, surely there's going to be players that, bro, like everyone had a decent game today, or even better game than usual. Rashford, for me, 2 goals, needs that, bro. Even did that, bro. Like if you get him doing that, you know what I mean? He's got 15 goals in the Carabao Cup, that's crazy, The highest that anybody's got in the Carabao Cup. Any United player.
Really?
Yeah. He's got 15.
Nice.
That's mad. You know the ones. So
Ten Hag loves this competition.
Bro, come on, man. He went
now,
strong
one thing
today,
I realized about Ten Hag, he do like those, like the I wouldn't want to say trophies, but he do like these type of
if he won the Carabao Cup this season, how would you feel about it?
No, you can't feel nothing towards that. But like, you got to look at it when it comes to this ring around the robin shit that he plays. Like if you looked at the Europa League, he had a good run. The Carabao obviously won it. The FA both times had a great run. So like when it comes to him trying to like prove a point, he always wants to prove a point. That's why sometimes he puts his strongest lineups against like when a team is coming out with a beat.
He rotated today, to be fair. He rotated pretty strongly. Like a lot of players were not starting. Obviously, he played Collier left back, which, I feel for him. I think he did his job well. Can't really complain too much about him. He played out of position, but it's just kind of annoying a little bit that we have 2 left backs at the club and both of them are croaked. It's kind of frustrating.
Isn't it supposed to be Malacia coming back?
Today was a game for Malacia, you know what I mean, and whatnot. But I don't know when he's back, man. When is he back, man? Does anybody know?
You don't want
to
you don't want to rush those injuries. I feel that's another thing. We used to play injured players a lot when they were injured, just out of desperateness. And it's just like games like this, you let this run. You don't even bring up the intensity. I don't feel like they were really putting too much intensity into the game as well. It was just like, let's just pattern the play, let's knock it, get a little rhythm and go, personally.
Yeah.
But Games
think
like this,
Malaysia's first game will be like for the under-21s or something. I don't think he'll come straight in.
yeah, you can't straight. He hasn't played a whole year. He's chopped, bro.
Yep. Facts, man. 100%, man. You
I
know
miss
them ones
his-
there. So I think with Collier, he struggled a little bit because he's not in natural position, man. You can't be telling a man like him to go and invert and that and all that. Like, but he actually adapted after. He actually got better in his role.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, it's all about adapting. You figure it out and then you get better. I don't think he played, you know what I mean, that totally bad. But few times he got cooked a little bit. But you know what, man? He's got to learn in it, man. He's got to learn to play that role because we're gonna need him. It's gonna be a long
And
season.
he benched Onana too. He benched Onana. Onana was on the bench today, and we got
Yeah.
to see the Turkish guy.
Yeah.
So-
Didn't have to do a lot though. So
Turkish guy.
you get me.
That's how you know
Sorry.
that he doesn't play enough.
We don't
I
see
can't even
him.
remember his name.
You know his name. Anderson,
By
you know
India,
his name.
sorry, respect, but yeah, we don't see
Yeah,
him
you
at
know
all.
his name. Yeah, man. What did you think of Rashford today, man? Then was that a big kind of plus for him? Start with you, Brian. Rashford.
Yeah, I mean, you want to see a player like Rashford. What he's good at is driving at people, right? He's not Grealish, okay? He's not sticking out on the left wing, hold possession. Obviously, it's not going to work every game. He has to be smart with his decision making, but driving at players, moving in and out of that inside forward positions, making centre backs commit to challenges. That's what you want to see Rashford doing. Like we haven't seen him do that. We've seen him look like a ghost. Even in games like this last season, he looked like a ghost. So it's good to see him score the goals and impact the game the way he did. Hopefully his confidence is high. We're going to play Palace, which won't be an easy game. They beat us 4-0 last season. They need to remember that. We need to go into that game determined to win. We need to beat them. I would like to beat them by a couple of goals, but it's still a hard place to go to. So just a win for me I would be very happy. But I need, Rashford is still a Manchester United player, and as long as he's here, we need him to perform. So hopefully he's high on confidence now, and he's kind of dropped that baggage he's been seemed to be carrying for a whole year. So hopefully we see what he can do going forward because we need him. There's really nobody else that can play that position as often as he will for us going forward.
Yep. 100%, man. I like this directness. Like I said, he was drifting in and out on that. We didn't really play with the number 9, did we? Really? Let's be honest, because he was dragging out wide. The game was so stretched for Barnsley. They weren't able to cope with the running in behind, man. Like they weren't.
He was doing an Mbappe number 9 shift where he just goes wide and just
basically, yeah. Facts.
And I'm not gonna lie, that's his best game because when I saw he's playing in the 9 today, I tweeted, I was like, bro, this is trauma all over again. I don't want to watch Rashford in the 9.
Yeah.
But today he played a 9 to his abilities, which is picking up the ball from the edge of the box and running in. That goal he scored today. You guys remember that Ten Hag first season where he cooked that one Leicester City player and drove into the box and just put it at the bottom corner.
Yeah.
That goal just gave me flashbacks of that. And that's what Rashford was doing very well that season. He was running at defenders 1-on-1, trapping either right or left, leaving them no option, and then putting his bottom corner. And I needed to see that, bro. He was not doing that. I think we went the first 3 games without him taking a shot.
Yeah.
He wasn't attempting shots, bro.
Yeah.
He needed a game like this because these players, at the end of the day, they're humans. And as much as we can sit here and be justified to say they haven't been playing well, they need games like this where it gives them confidence.
Bro,
because
100%.
we know they're not this bad, bro. Listen, they've been bad, but we know they're not this bad. Like they were never this team that should be that bad, finishing 8th, barely scoring goals. We were struggling to score goals. Come on. We went 2 goals in our first 3, and now we have 10 in our last 2. That's crazy to say. 10 in our last 2.
Yeah.
Come on.
10 in the last 2, Like I don't think United have done that before, I'll be real with you.
Yeah, don't go to Jinx side. I think I figured out you were the Jinx.
Bro, I gave my ticket away, man. I can't lie to you. I gave my ticket away. I could have enjoyed 7 goals. You know the ones there. That's the beauty of life. Like,
why'd you give your ticket away? That's the question.
You wanted to stream.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just thought to myself, Barnsley at home. Let me sort someone out, man. But the guy now, his first game at Old Trafford, by the way.
That's nice.
First game at Old Trafford, he's seen 7-0. And I haven't seen United score 7 goals since
AS Roma.
Nah.
7 is Polissim since Southampton.
No, we were there. We were in lockdown.
No,
okay. Maybe 5-1 against Leeds is the last time I've seen it. 5-1 Leeds. Remember that game? Well, I thought we won.
The season.
Isn't it the game McTominay was
5-2, 5-2,
No, not that game.
5-2,
No,
right?
the season
Not that
opener
one?
where Pogba had 4 assists.
Oh, the season opener. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was
remember, I
5-2,
thought we won
though.
the league that day, man. I swear
I
down. I
think
thought,
it's
yo,
5-2. When they had Marcelo, what's his name?
Bielsa.
Bielsa.
yeah, Bielsa, yeah.
It was
He
5-2.
might
I
be
think
the
it was
curse. I don't
5-2.
know, man.
McTominay with the screamer.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I might give the next one to another fan. Who knows? We'll see.
We found
You know
the
what I mean?
issue
We'll
here.
see. Obviously, it depends on the round, and that we could easily get, Arsenal or anyone. You know what I mean? Next round, you never know who we get in the next round. But there are 2 teams that have been going on. 3 goals conceded in 31 games. We don't care about Arsenal. But now, listen. Like the maddest thing is, Ten Hag has not scored more than 4 goals, guys. Do you guys understanding this? Like,
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows we don't score enough goals. We don't score enough goals, and seeing
Arsenal is a regular. It's only United that don't score goals. And today, I'm just seeing people shocked and that they're like, "Bro, we scored 7 today, guys." And I get it. I think we get it. It's Barnsley, but bro, against Wigan we didn't score. More than 2. We didn't score more than what we scored 4 against Newport, but it was one of them kind of mad games. I just wish that this kind of game was against a Premier League game where you could add the goal difference. Because right now, that don't give us no goal difference.
Yeah.
Listen,
there are weak enough teams in the Premier League where I'm not saying we can score 7, but we can score 4. We can score 5. The teams that just got promoted are really open the way they play. We scored 3 against Southampton. We probably should have scored more. So at the end of the day, we can do this to certain teams. You don't need this. You don't need to do this against top 6 teams, top 10 teams. You can do this against bottom half teams. 3 goals, 5 goals. Before you know it, your goal difference will be pretty high. We just haven't done it at all in a very long time against any team. So when people are saying it's Barnsley, for me, it's we just don't do this. We don't score a lot of goals.
That's the main point. We don't do this. That's the main point.
We don't do this at all. We don't do this against anybody. And for me, it's less. I look at it from a tactical perspective. Ten Hag has a lot of options you can go with in attack, especially when Højlund comes back. Especially when Luke Shaw comes back, he will add something to the team. And the midfield is the key. Like we saw Eriksen today with freedom and having legs around him to cover for him. And you can see what he can do. Like Ten Hag just needs to select the right 11. Okay, when someone needs to be dropped to do that, Ahmad looked good when he came on. Maybe he should have made the right pass to Xerxes, I think, in one of the counterattacks. But he looked really good. Technically, Ahmad is probably our best technical player that we have in our team. Absolutely. So he looked really comfortable. He looked head and shoulders above anybody else when he came into the team. So for me, I'm looking at it. I'm like the midfield for the next league game. Obviously, he's going to play Bruno. I don't know if you start Ugarte. We probably will start Ugarte. But Menu is going to come back. So we'll see. I want to see the vision. The Ugarte, Bruno, and Menu midfield. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if that's balanced, though.
What about Alejandro Garnacho? Because, boy, he looks like he wants that position, innit? And it's interesting dilemma. It's a good dilemma to have here, but I still believe for me, it's like, he's still an impact player, man. But I don't want him.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I can't really say to Garnacho, yo, don't be gassed. Like, know your role. Because Garnacho's is his own person, and he's going to believe in his head. He's got an ego that he believes he's a starter in it. You know what I'm saying? But, like, if you're having that impact and you got his brother on social media, like, tweeting, like, mad, like, he believes he wants to be a starter. But then it's like Rashford is trying to build up momentum. You've got Ahmad, who we all believe as a United fans that he's the right winger that should be there. Like, because the thing is with Garnacho, he's not going to be one of them that will just say, yo, listen, I'm cool with being a bench player. Like, he believes in his head,
depends.
yo, man's showing what I can do.
I think it depends. If you're winning games and everybody's happy, you can manage it. Because I've seen Manchester City have Sane, Sterling, and a bunch of other wingers at the same time. You can manage it. So it's up to Ten Hag to manage it. keep on bringing Garnacho off on the bench against tired legs. I think that's his most impactful right now. He's still a young kid. He still has a lot to learn, but he's delivering. That's the key thing for me, is that he's coming on and he's actually scoring goals. He's impacting the game, and he's making things happen in attack. That's what we want to see. He should keep the hunger. His time will come, right? He should keep the hunger. Let him keep being hungry. It's good pressure for Rashford. Fantastic pressure for Rashford.
Fantastic,
and the other wingers in our team, when you have a player like Garnacho that is impacting the game constantly like that. So don't, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's all we need to do. Ten Hag doesn't need to mess with the dynamics right now. I don't think Garnacho starting is going to help him. Just keep him, coming in, play the couple games. Every now and then you give Rashford a rest, and then bring him off from the bench, and you keep doing what he's doing.
Yeah, 100%. What do you think, Staffy, man, in terms of... Big up everyone, by the way, here, man. 1,000 people here, not even 500 likes, man. Come on, guys. We've got to do better, man. Get these likes up, people, man. But what are you saying, Staffy, man? Garnacho's performance, people say 7 GA. Like, is it GA hype, or is it, when do you believe he's good enough to be starting games? Like, is it not a big enough sample size? What do you say?
No. See, this is why I said in the beginning, this is one of those where we're just going to sit back. We're going to be shameless. We're going to celebrate. We're not going to be stressing, because there's no need to stress over a Carabao Cup game, especially when you win 7-0. Today is just a day where we just laugh as football fans. Don't take it too seriously. We did our thing. We're probably not going to win 7-0 again for the rest of the season. So let's just laugh about it, be shameless about the GA, but then move forward. Today was not an indication of anything. I'm going to be real with you. Today is just one of those that we did the job. We got the job done. We got the job done better than we thought we would. And listen, there's nothing much to take out of this in terms of Premier League games. Like, I shouldn't be changing the way we approach games based on today, because we're not going to play oppositions of the same level. And I'm not going to lie, not because Garnacho put his GA today, it means that he's going to replicate that against tougher teams. So far, he's been a decent impact sub. And Ahmad, listen, with Ahmad on the pitch, we will score more goals even when he doesn't get the goals. Because his link up is still superior to what Garnacho does. Yes, Garnacho had 2 assists today. I feel like there's a couple times he got lucky today. Like the ball fell kindly to him, but that's fine. Football's about luck. You make your own luck. And the assist that he got, it was from a mistake from the defender. He passed it directly to him. So fair enough, he still did his job, but it was a little bit too easy. Ahmad still does way too much on the pitch for me to all of a sudden say, let's put him on the bench. No, because on and off the ball, he does a lot more than Garnacho does. Garnacho maybe could be a little bit more direct. Maybe his one-on-one finishing is a little bit better than Ahmad, but I'm not going to change it just based on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be very, very reactionary for me to say now, listen, he needs to start every game now, bench Ahmad. Ahmad hasn't done anything wrong this season for me to even call for him to be benched. Who's to say that if Ahmad didn't play today, he wouldn't get the 4 GA? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like opportunities now, isn't it? Like, when you need the opportunity to show your boss what you're capable of, or just give him something to think about. I think that's what it is, You're just giving something for the manager to think about. Did Anthony do enough to maybe start? I don't think so, for me personally. But, it's an option. You just have to show yourself that, what? I think it's also to the fans as well, like, that you're here, innit? Like, that Anthony's alive. That we could see that Garnacho has impact. We could see that, Eriksen can play in a 10 role, and he can impact games, and he can show quality, It's for people to understand, maybe Ugarte. I thought Ugarte was sound today. I don't think he did anything crazy. I don't think he did anything amazing, but it was a professional performance from Ugarte. Nice and easy, Casemiro as well there. Maybe a few, maybe in our situation. But Casemiro, the more and more I look at him, man, like, he can play in that 8 role, man. Like, he doesn't.
I told you that, Saeed. I told you in the summer, I said I don't want him in the 6. I didn't want him in the team in general. But I said if he's going to stay in the team, which was very obvious, I said put him in the 8. Because, bro, I've never seen a player like him.
Have that license to kind of maybe...
Yeah, because I'll tell you what. When we have someone who's a little bit more sustainable, bringing the ball forward, and someone maybe who can defend when he bombs forward a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, Casemiro's just a weird one. Like, he do a weird flick. There was one that he did today. I think
he's creative. He's actually a creative player.
You see that flick that he did to Dello that the referee gave offside, but it wasn't really offside. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, brother, you can do that, but against Liverpool, you couldn't pick a regular pass to your teammate while you're facing it. It just makes no sense. Like, it just makes no sense. This guy can't pass the feet, but he'll go in the final third and he'll turn into Ronaldinho. I just don't get him, bro. He could do the difficult very well, but he can't do the easy well. So just keep him up there, at least there, when he gives away the ball. Because let's be honest, today he did that a few times. He has those Bruno Fernandes tendencies where the ball comes in on the edge of the box, and first time he would just hoof it into the box. He likes to do that a lot, and I'm aware of that. But when you do that up the pitch, it's okay. Because if you lose the ball, you still have about 6 men behind the ball. Versus when you do that in the 6, you expose your back line. And this is, again, on the manager to know that my players, their best attributes and abilities are playing in certain positions. Now that Ugarte is there, I need to have him sit behind Casemiro. So when Casemiro makes a mistake, he has someone to cover for him. When Bruno makes a mistake, he has someone to cover for him. Casemiro won't be starting every game anyways, but at least for now, let's not use him in the 6 as much as we can. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. Big up to my guy Suge, man. Yeah, get the likes up, people. You heard him. 800 likes needed. But I think for me, you're right. I think for me, with Casemiro, it's about managing him as well, man. Like, knowing when he should be brought on, when he should be. Like, nobody's asking Casemiro to play every single game. I don't think that's right, innit? Like, Brian, like, we should be using Casemiro every game. You're right. Manage his minutes. Bring him in. He can be useful in it. Listen, this guy's still, for me, a top player, but obviously not maybe consistently. You've got to use him in the squad, man. Like, whenever you need him, like, come and bring him on. Do you know what I'm trying to say, bro?
100%.
Yeah, he does what he does. When he's on form, he looks like one of our best players. Just when he's not, he looks like one of our worst. So it's down to the manager to use him in the right way. Like I said, Ten Hag has options. He has options this season. The one thing he can't complain about, barring injuries, is that he has options. So he needs to pick the right combination of players depending on the opposition. Nobody needs to be like, there's very few players in this team that should be like, oh, you're a set guaranteed starter. That's for me. So Casemiro, he's played midweek now. Is it really the best team to go play him starting against Palace? Probably not. Considering he's had a few dodgy games against Palace, I probably wouldn't play him. But it looks like, are you ready to trust Ugarte to start in that midfield by himself? So it's down to him. Like, it's a tough call, because I do like when I see Ugarte and Casemiro trying to win the ball together. Like, you can see both of them going for the ball, and that is not easy to get through, regardless of whether you think both of them are good players or good footballers or not. When it comes to ball winning, Casemiro is still one of the best midfielders in the world and winning the ball in defensive areas. And Ugarte is obviously up there as well. So I think our team needs it. I would like to see them play together as much as possible. That's the one thing I'll say. So
100%.
We'll see.
Someone say there they didn't like Ugarte's performance. They said, what did he say here? Someone said here, did you think about Ugarte? We had to watch him before. No, this one here. He looks awful. I can't lie, in my opinion. What do you mean he looks awful? Can you explain? Can you elaborate? If that'll be amazing, Jacob. But I don't think he was awful, man.
He wasn't awful. If you don't look like De Jong to some people, receiving the ball, twisting people, turning, you're not going to look like a good player. Sometimes you need those people who are just efficient on the ball. And what I like about Ugarte, he got the ball, he passed it on. He got the ball, he carried, he passed it to someone that was in space that allowed us to counterattack.
Yeah.
That's all you need. We don't need him to be ridiculous. We really don't need that.
I like the simple passing from him, Brian.
It's just simple. Bro. Keep it simple. You will open teams up a lot more with simple passing, especially in the Premier League, compared to trying something crazy. Just keep the ball. Pass it on. Like a lot of the time,
when players taking risks, you need the likes of Ugarte on the team. Now, listen, I wasn't his biggest fan, so I'm not going to flip-flop right away. But from what he did today, listen, the whole team was eating. He wasn't trying to do anything spectacular. He wasn't trying to launch the ball forward. He wasn't trying to force himself on the score sheet, trying to dribble into traffic, trying to play the long ball. They would win the ball, pass it sideways. Win the ball, pass it sideways. And as much as this sounds very basic, you need good players that could do the basics well. This allows the player around them that have better quality to start eating. And that's one thing we didn't have. And this is why, as an example, I think we used to struggle with that midfield of Casemiro and Bruno, because both of them have very similar tendencies. No one was really doing the basics well. No one could just pick up the ball, play the simple pass, to just move it around and open up the opponent. So it's a very easy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this shouldn't be the game that we judge them by anyway.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like, let's be honest. Like, I don't know why anyone is even trying to judge them by today's game. Because today's game, it wasn't even
people
that
who've
physical.
they've made up their mind already on Ugarte, right? And they're looking for him to change their mind on what they thought he was. He's not gonna do that. If you didn't like him as a signing before, he's not gonna change your mind, guys. Ugarte, like I said, I've told people before, he's a good ball carrier. He'll win the ball. He'll pass it on. He's not going to do anything crazy.
Yeah, he's not going to do anything crazy. No.
We need, and I'll say it again, Manchester United as a team need that. We need that player. He's like a big upgrade on Fred, in my opinion. Big upgrade on Fred. And whether you like Fred or not, he offers us something in our team. We're not there yet where we can play this fantastic single pivot midfielder. There's not many of them in world football anyway. So for me, someone that has the commitment and every day you know he's going to give 100% while being tidy on the ball, why are you upset? Why are you complaining? We just beat this team 7-0 and most of our players had a 9 out of 10 performance.
Facts.
It's
100%.
very strange.
100%.
I find it very strange.
He's a good ball carrier. I think for me, he's a battler. He's a combative midfielder. He's a typical South American kind of midfielder in a sense that they want to be physical. They want to be, strong in there. They want to show a bit of hunger, desire, But then again, on the ball, like I said to you, he's not like a limited footballer. But has he got the passing range of a De Jong? No. Has he got the passing range of an Eriksen? No. But we have to complement each other in this system, man. Not everyone's gonna, like, when you look at Man City, cool. Most people might be good on the ball, but there's different traits of, like, Rodri will be supremely good on the ball, but then someone might be just a bit different to Rodri.
Kovacic is a good ball carrier. That's
exactly. Kovacic is more the ball carrier. Rodri's tight in spaces, get the ball, and you have to have different variables in your team, man. Like Doku, he's more like, if you look at Doku and you look at Foden and you look at Grealish, they're all different, man. You have to literally have different players in the pitch and we all have to work together. And that's where the manager's got to come in and say, right, okay, cool. Who works with Ugarte? Is it Casemiro or is it Mainu? That one he has to figure out because we don't got to know what's going to go on, And obviously the 3-1-6 can't happen. It really, really can't happen. So yeah, Mascherano, yeah, absolutely.
I'm a big fan of I like midfielders that can carry the ball. Obviously, he's not like the top end of ball carriers in the world football.
Yeah, top end, no.
But he's good enough where he, like you saw it today, he picked up the ball, he got past a couple players and then laid the ball off. Because when you do that, the space on the pitch opens up. You're playing 11 men, there's always going to be space somewhere. So having a midfielder that can do that and carry the ball and right tackles and pass it on, good. And he has energy for days, man. This guy doesn't get tired. He really doesn't. He doesn't get, like, I don't want to jinx him, but he doesn't really pick up injuries either. So, again, good add to the squad. People need to start seeing it like that. We're building a squad that can win the Premier League one day. That's what we want. Okay? Stop thinking about, football has changed. It's no longer just the 11. You saw what Arsenal did to Tottenham this season. They had some big players missing. They brought people in because they have a good squad. That's what you need.
Yes.
That's what you need. So I don't know why people are getting you're not gonna be perfect in a whole 11 right now.
Right, let me ask you something. Who's a better ball carrier, him or McTominay?
Sorry?
Better ball carrier? I think Ugarte is. I think Ugarte.
What, Neymar McTominay, he said?
No, Ugarte.
I said Neymar, bro. I said, yo.
What I talk about Neymar? How would that even be a question? No, I said him or McTominay, like Ugarte.
I think Ugarte is the better ball carrier.
Yeah, 100%.
Ugarte is the better ball carrier.
McTominay is a box-to-box kind of crashing in the box, like athleticism, maybe, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's probably better in that aspect. But yeah, no, Ugarte for me is well better. Because Ugarte wants to at least get the ball. McTominay would hide from it, bro.
McTominay but that's a different thing. Because we had a talk the other day. And Grizz was saying he thinks McTominay is a better ball carrier. So McTominay's
ball carrying is very overrated. He's very
Yeah.
overrated. You
Yeah.
know, he's
He
very
wasn't carrying
overrated in his ball
anything. Yeah,
carrier.
exactly, DK. He was carrying air, mate. You know what was there, bro? That's air. That's it.
Hey,
The
don't
whole
say
shot
that
air,
to what's his name, Ricky, because Ricky was talking about his ball carrying in his videos.
Ricky
Ricky would like Ugarte.
Yeah.
He would like Ugarte. Watch.
Like,
Watch.
Ricky's opinions are good, but until he mentions McTominay, and that's it. You know what I mean? Then it's a straight. We just forget about everything else he said because he rates McTominay. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ricky, but me and him have had too many arguments about McTominay, man.
We need Ricky on one of these.
You rate Maguire as well. I think he rates Maguire as well. So
yeah. Maguire is a very strange defender.
Yeah.
You know,
the way he
like when there's certain times when you think he's 1v1 with someone, he's gonna get beat. And he just somehow he wins the possession of the ball.
Yeah.
You know? But in situations where you think, okay, he has his post covered, he chooses the wrong direction and the opposition gets a tap in. Strange defender.
Yeah. Strange, bro. It's very, very strange, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? What about Eriksen? Like, in terms of Eriksen, yeah, how do we judge Eriksen, bro? Like, let's be honest, guys. How do we judge Eriksen? Because
I think we haven't used him well enough. We haven't used him well enough. Like you saw, I don't want to. If there was any negative I had today, it was when Bruno came on. Right? I'm sorry.
But then again, I got told he created 6 chances when he came on.
But I'm just being honest to what I saw. Right? And this is me I'm happy about winning like 5-6-0. I'm already excited. Bruno came on and I'm like, okay, cool. You know, we need to make subs. But you gave the ball away. His pressing is actually bad. Like, it's not good. A lot of the times he pressed, he's really poor in winning the ball, but then he pops up with an assist. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, Bruno. And I'm like, man, some of the things I saw him do is not good. It's not good.
Eriksen suits Man United, but then he doesn't have the legs. But then in the 10 role, you don't need the legs maybe to do what it. But then
you really don't.
What Bruno gives more is that he will press better in the system.
But his pressing is awful, though.
I know.
His pressing is genuinely bad.
Is looking for that, so he believes that Bruno suits what we're trying to do better. Eriksen actually, like, his overall game is like he keeps the ball. He's very tidy. He's efficient, but maybe he might not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is. It's not flashy enough, maybe, that people don't see him enough in the game because he does the simple things right. But with Bruno, he might play the extravagant ball, or he might play this ball, and it looks a bit better for the fans. They're like, yeah, man, we love that. Whereas Eriksen, he does the simple things right, and maybe the simple guys don't really like, you know.
But it's also it's just the little things that I was just noticing, because I was like, we're not going to see many games where we see Eriksen in the 10 or more advanced versus Bruno, because I was just noticing the positioning. Bruno likes to be very advanced in his positioning. Eriksen will stay within the midfield zones, pick up the loose pass, be an option for someone. Like Eriksen constantly was an option for a pass. Constantly you saw him was an option for a pass, which helped us a lot in midfield. But with Bruno, he's on the end of a ball from Casemiro, or he's close to Xerxes. Like, some of it is good, but some of it is not very good.
That's what I said for me, is that Man United, when I talked about Musiala on Monday, everyone's laughing here. But United need a Musiala. They need someone who makes a team better. And I'm not saying, like I said to you, for me, I always look at Bruno Fernandes being a net negative, because it's like, if he doesn't get his goal and assist here, like, does he really have a good game? You know what I mean? Does he, like, because people are judging him, and this is maybe his kind of like, he's like the master of his own downfall, is that he put up such big numbers here that everyone associates numbers with Bruno. They don't even associate having good performances. They associate Bruno with numbers. So when he doesn't get his numbers, everyone's like, yo, what's going on here? Like, is this not a great performance? Whereas the guys like Eriksen, Musiala, all of these number 10s, they don't have to get numbers to have good games. You see what I mean? So I feel like that's why I said, for me, in that number 10 role, we need a guy that doesn't have to get the great assists, but is making the team better. You know what I'm saying to you? But that's why maybe you're not looking at
his game is very reliant.
He
plays a very risky style of football.
Yeah, it's high volume, bro. It's a high volume player.
Yeah, yeah. He plays a risky style of football. It's very impatient. It's very I don't even know what to call it, but it's frustrating football. He looks like he's frustrated throughout the whole 90 minutes. He always wants to get the ball and just make something out of nothing, which is a good attitude to have, but it can also be a detriment because you lose focus on everything else. Like Brian said it perfectly. Because almost like Casemiro. Eriksen today, every time he was in between the defenders, he's in the right place to link up play, to receive the ball, making himself an option. And when he got it, not every time he had to play a risky ball. That ball that he played the Garnacho, that's usually a Bruno ball. We see Bruno doing that all the time, where at first time he just turns, launches it behind the defender, and someone is running at the goalkeeper. He showed us that he could do that, but he also showed us that he can do the simple well. The more you keep the ball, the better the chance it is that you create a chance anyways. So he was doing that very well today. I'm not gonna lie, if Eriksen was probably a few years younger, we would have been having a conversation about him actually starting game in, game out. Just because we know he's probably not an option for us moving forward. Like most of us didn't even expect him to be in the squad today. This season. We probably thought he was gonna get let go of. That's the only reason we don't talk about him like that. But if you compare his game to his prime, at Spurs as an example.
Oh yeah, Eriksen's prime was
Eriksen,
ridiculous.
100%. Yeah, Eriksen was so good. He took his team to the Champions League final.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I think that's the next step for us. That's the next level for us. If we can replace two of our main cogs in this team excellently well, being Bruno and Rashford, if you can get two world-class players to replace those two, I think you're doing something with this Manchester United team. That's the hard bit for Ineos because it's not easy. It's going to be very expensive. We can't go cheap though. I like what Ineos have done so far, but we can't go cheap when it comes to getting someone that's going to replace Bruno and getting someone that's going to replace Rashford. That's where you splurge.
Who would you want as a 10?
I don't.
Because it's not really cheap.
If we're going pure 10s, there's only a few in this world.
How much would Wirtz go for?
He'd be like at least Sancho money, £75 million at least.
Wow.
He's not going to be cheap. I don't know if I'll go with a 10 though. I feel like as if I'd want Manchester United to play 2 8s and a 6.
Yeah.
More of a flatter midfield because I don't know. 10 is hard. It's hard to play with a 10. That 10 has to be like world class for it to work. That's where I'm not sure if I'm.
We're looking at this guy here, and he was the first person when I was watching that game against Rosenborg. I was like, yo, who's this number? Whatever his number was, I was like, yo, this guy's cold, man. And everyone in the chat was like, yo, relax, man. He's dead and that. And look at it now. United are scouting this kid, man. And this is the sort of number
they've been scouting. He's a United fan, I hear.
Yeah, he's a United fan. Yeah, anyone from Scandinavia,
huge United fan.
If you're from Scandinavia, you're not a United fan. I don't know what you are, mate, because we got some big names from Scandinavia, man. Solskjaer,
They could be City fans.
Nah, man.
Yeah, hell no.
That's a new age, man. I'm talking about the OG. You know what I mean? The OG. The ones there. But Alex Baena, I think, is he Spanish, innit? Spanish. I watched him at the Olympics. He was quite good him as well.
Get me Kvaratskhelia for left wing. That's who I want.
That's my guy, man. Kvaratskhelia.
That's who I want.
Wasn't there talks about his contract today with Napoli?
Yeah, he's gonna pick up again on it. He's gonna pick up again on it. I feel
like every time they talk about him, is the owner saying that he's not for sale and he's under contract. That's every time I see him talking about.
Yep, 100%.
We're also linked to Eze as well.
Eze is a good one, man. Eze is good, but he's not a natural number 10, is he? Not a natural number 10. This comment from Ten Hag says, I was not devastated after Liverpool. Now I'm not celebrating. We are on a journey. We will see where we are in May. He loves saying this, We will see where we are in May. Is he saying that we are a cup team and I will guarantee a trophy at the end of the season?
That's what he said already. He's already said this. He's already said he wins trophies everywhere he goes.
Yeah, man. He always says
this. He can be. Listen, I don't mind being arrogant if you win shit. I really don't care. Let's back it up. If you can back it up, I don't have any problem with it. But when you don't, you look silly.
Is this comment saying that our style of play is going to improve and we will be a better team, or is this comment looking at saying, you know what, we're going to win a trophy at the end of the year and just?
I think it's the targets. if there was any trophy that I want us to win this season, it's the Europa League.
Yeah,
that's the one. If we can win the Europa League, that ticks all the boxes for this season. We get into the Champions League, we win a big European trophy, whether people want to call it big or not. I think it's still a big trophy. So that's the one I would target if I was Ten Hag. If you win a European League and actually win like a Carabao Cup, no, that's not bad. But the league is your bread and butter. When people have said it enough, like I don't want to be finishing 7th and 8th. Get us as close to top 4 as you can. Tottenham this season look poor. Chelsea are still spotty. So Villa look good, but we'll see how they can manage playing in the Champions League versus playing in the
very
league.
good. I'm not gonna lie to you. That
So,
striking force that they
Villa
have
was
in
good.
Watkins
Duran.
and
yeah. What's
so they peak up there.
Ten Hag thinks he's not under pressure and he's got the season to show something. I don't know, man. You know what it is, yeah? I keep asking everyone in it, like, what are you patient for Ten Hag for the whole season? Because I'm not, man. I want him out as soon as possible. I mean,
No way we're talking about this today, Saeed.
No, I'm not saying it, but like, there's a lot of people, because you know what it is? It's funny, isn't it? Because like, we have one win here against Southampton, and I've seen like people online saying, "Yo, Ten Hag has a style of play. Ten Hag has
People
a."
are shameless.
You
People are
seen
shameless.
that? You seen that, innit, though? Now, I'll be honest with you guys.
No, I've seen it. It's shameless.
I've
It's
seen
shameless.
it, but I was like, "Yo, guys, you don't need to relax, man, against Southampton." But listen, people are saying, "Be patient with him. Let it come, broski." Like, my thing is now, I'm not saying lose for the sake of Ten Hag being sacked. That's not my. I don't do that.
Yeah, of course.
People have that motto, not for me in it. But like, you know what I mean? Like the whole season, I just know it's gonna be up and down. That's why when he says, "Let's see in May," I'm like, "Yo, broski," you know when you do that emoji, you know that meme when you're like, "Yo," like that's what I feel right now. So it is what it is. You know what I mean?
He just needs to show it. Saeed, he just needs to show it. Just go do it. Like, I'm at the point where I'm like, listen, there's no point in me even getting upset because we have people who understand football in place.
Yeah.
I would actually be more upset if the Glazers were in charge. Like, because I'm like, the club is not going anywhere. At least I know with Ineos, we're going to sign better players. And if Ten Hag is not good enough, he's going to get found out. I mean, I think he's already been found out, but he'll constantly keep getting found out anyway. So I'm chill. We'll enjoy days like today, whatever it's Barnsley or not. Big win, good day. People scored goals. Palace is coming. We lost their 4-0 last season. All I say is that we can't lose that game. We have to win. We have to win. That 4-0 last season was really the game that Ten Hag should have gotten Ten Hag sacked.
Yeah.
So if he can't get his players hungry and motivated to go to Palace's ground and put in performance, then he really has no hope. So go there and win big. Go there and play good football. Go there and show why you should keep your job. That's really what this season should be for Ten Hag. Show why you should have this job, because really, by all rights, you shouldn't have it right now. You shouldn't. He really shouldn't.
Yeah. We'll be match days. Yeah, the next few. I think the next month is so key, man. I think the next month is, bro, there's so much football, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Like, we got Saturday, then it's Wednesday, then it's Sunday, then it's Thursday, then it's Sunday again. So there's like about 5-6 games there. You know what I mean? So it's one of them. I don't know. Like I said to you, man, you have to show it, innit? You have to keep being consistent. You have to keep winning games. It's a long season. Look at Liverpool. They got humbled on against Nottingham Forest. You know, they had a perfect record and then boom, back down to reality. Feel me? I don't think Ten Hag can afford them back down to realities anymore. He's got to be up and up and up. That's the one thing about Ten Hag. He's literally got to be there like this. He can't do a... Do you know what I'm saying? The pattern has to be, like,
constant improvement.
Constant improvement. That's the level that Ineos are demanding this year. Constant level of improvement, game by game. Like, that's why people are looking at Barnsley game thinking, yo, yeah, it's Barnsley, but they're thinking, yo, we need to still see Mana scoring goals. We need to see Mana still performing. Like, they can't just say, yo, listen, cruise control 2-0. Like, they were there, Omar Barada was there, Wilcox.
They're there almost every game. If not every game, to be
Bro,
fair.
even Sir Alex was there. I was like, what are you doing here?
Nah,
he attends almost every game, especially at Old Trafford.
Tuesday night, Sir Alex.
It's mad though, you know, when you deep it.
She
Like,
drinking some hot cocoa, reading a book.
Bro, them man are actually there every game, you know. That's serious, you know. When you say about eyes, like proper eyes, them man are there every game. Don't mess it around. They could have easily took a night off and said, yo, Barnsley, let's do a Saeed, man. Take a night off. But they said, nah.
He said,
man. They said, nah, bro. We gonna be there. You know the ones. And it's their job, cool. But it's not really their job as well. Because at the end of the day, like, I don't think fans would have been mad that, you know, the whole Ineos weren't there. You feel me?
Yeah. And so Jim seems to attend the big games as well. Like he was there for Liverpool.
Exactly. Let me see it here. Jimmy Smith says there is a clear style of play. Transition football. You must not like it, Saeed, but it's a style. Is transition football a style though? I don't know, you know.
No. Because Ten Hag's system is just very direct. I would say he has a very direct style of play. So there's no problem with it. You just need the right players to play. And I don't think he's done that. I think he's played players that has weakened his system. He's kept playing players that should have been dropped. And listen, if Rashford goes on to having a really good season, right, for this season, there'll be a conversation where, you know, the Ten Hag manage him properly and get him back on form. Like there's things like that we might end of the season's opinions might be a little bit different. But again, it's Barnsley. If we can get Rashford to be on the form he showed in Ten Hag's first season.
Yeah, let's talk about Rashford actually. What did you make of his performance? Let's start with Omar. What did you make of it, Rashford?
Wait, can I ask Omar a question? Sorry, I have a better question. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll answer both, but proceed.
Should Garnacho start over Rashford next game?
Why?
It's a question. It's a yes or no question. What do you mean?
And then I respond back with a rhetorical question. Why? Why should he start? This is the thing. Right? They both had good performances. So where are we going on this?
Yeah, fair.
Why can't you say? Why can't you say he started over Ahmad? Why can't that sensitive topic?
Because we talked about that when you weren't here, but we could talk about that if you want. Should he start over Ahmad then?
No, I don't think that. I think you have to find a rhythm, right? And it's not all about a rhythm about who's starting. Because at the end of the day, if you look at Sir Alex's era, there was a rhythm on the pitch, on the starting 11, and there was a rhythm on your substitutions. And people are going to have to accept that this time, this era is different than the era that passed. Because at the end of the day, if you look at it, we play today, and then we're going to play the weekend, right? And then you're going to come back and play Europa League again next week. Am I bugging or am I wilding?
No.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're right.
Have to play, right? And we're, as much as we might think we have squad depth, is something we really don't have. If you really lock in and look, that's not something we have. Now, if we had to play a top team, let's say even of a championship team or whatever it is, or something along those lines, if you're looking at the squad today, it's probably like not the most confident squad that you're going to put out there. So should he start over them? No, but what you should do is keep doing this same run and rotation, like Brian said earlier, how much he loved that, the fact that we rotated that as opposed to the past, because now you're building confidence in players. And that's really what should have been happening. If a dude like Sancho stuck around, he would probably got a full 90 minutes today.
Don't talk about that guy.
I'm just saying, because I know this is where Staffy wants to hear, but it's at the end of the day.
Why are you gaslighting me? I did not mention this kid since he left. This is the second time you bring him up when I don't say nothing.
Your cerebrum. But it's really as simple as that. I think that's like saying
they're fighting for that left hand side, aren't they? They're fighting for that because again,
which is what you want though, Saeed. Because like if one dude in the 45 minutes,
that's not United though. You know that United, it's never been like that though. Now, last couple of years, it's toxic, man. If you have two players fight for one position, it becomes toxic.
And no, but it's healthy competition. They dap each other up at the corner, hug each other, sit on the thing together. It's gonna be like that.
If we're winning, it's not a problem.
And
that's what I said.
Exactly, Brian. Look, City's the pure example. By the way, Omar, the reason I asked you this question, is a bit of a trick question.
I'm about to also.
Sorry, go ahead.
But let's keep it a buck. If we really crack down on Garnacho and when his best performance came in, it always came in second half when he was coming off as an impact sub.
It's an impact sub, 100%.
When other teams is tired, full legs, and he's just is direct player that comes at you. As he starts to mold, I mean,
Yusuf, do you really believe that, Yusuf?
I mean,
Yusuf, man.
I mean,
Is that a burner account for Omar? That's crazy.
He's keeping his powder dry. He's keeping his powder dry.
That's mad. Top 5 winger, man.
Top 5 is crazy. Top 5 is crazy.
All the wingers, more GA
and
than
Yusuf, let's not do that. Let's please not be the ones that clock the.
Yeah,
the
I don't like to use GA, man.
GA, like that's not the solution.
We got to see like performances and consistent performances. I like Gordon, man. I like Gordon. Gordon's good, man. But
I think Garnacho could develop to a winger that's kind of like Gordon. To be fair, I think that's more of his trajectory than people compare him to Cristiano Ronaldo. And I'm like, no, it's nothing like Ronaldo. I think being that winger that's very direct, great acceleration, that's Garnacho. But he's not Ronaldo.
This is what I'm saying. Like, he's now, what is he, 20? Is he 20 now? Garnacho.
Yeah.
When's he 21?
I think next year.
I think he just turned 20.
He just turned 20. Yeah, next year is 20, 21. Yeah. Like, I think for him, he's thinking that he should be maybe ahead of where he should be. I don't know. In his head, he's thinking, like, Rashford isn't untouchable. And deep down, there is that kind, even though he's supporting him by doing all of this and whatnot, there is that sense of feeling though that he wants to be starting games, and and like I said, with his brother tweeting and whatnot, kind of get that someone like will kind of raise your ego and like, like man's, like, I don't know, something tells me like that. Like I said to you, there's this kind of feeling that he wants to be starting games. Like you can tell, but it's a natural thing. But for me, with Rashford today, it's about confidence boosting, man. He had to have that. Them two goals.
But you know what? You got to now to respond to Saeed's question because he originally asked. You saw the confidence that, like the first goal, how confident he was to dribble 2 plays and smash that shit in the back of the net. Even the goal that Garnacho scored, how much he was trying to take on those players. That's what I expect. Now, granted, it's Barnsley players, whatever it is. At the end of the day, when it came to that, Rashford would always like get this little stutter. Back in the day, it would just be flow like butter. Just gotta flow with that shit, bro. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Just let that shit just flow with it. So I gotta give him that. And if he could keep that aura and that confidence that I am him, you say he did one of them. He did one of them right here, bro. He did one of these. That's how he snoozing over here. So,
the thing about him, bro, is just like we know, and Brian touched on that perfectly. He's not a Grealish. You don't really expect from him to contribute throughout the 90 like some other wingers where there was that kind of keep the ball well, keep the ball in possession, win it and high up the pitch and stuff like that. He's always going to be a moments player, and that's fine. We got to accept that. You need different profiles in teams. There's players that play throughout the 90, don't get the GA, and there's players that probably stink it out through the 90, but they're only on the pitch because they can give you a G in any moment. And we've seen that 2 seasons ago. He needs to go back to having that because today, listen, there's no reason why today he can take such a great touch today on the ball that he did, get it away from the defender. Let's be honest, maybe a better quality defender doesn't get sent the wrong way, but still, Rashford did his part. He took a good touch, he took the ball where he should be, and he put it in the back of the net where he should have. There's other moments like the Community Shield as an example, where he absolutely fluffed his lines. Yeah, remember when he hit the post? And this is why I'm saying sometimes I don't think Rashford is as good as some people think he is, but at the same time, I don't think he's as bad as we've seen the last season. Because so many things that is in his control that I've seen him do well. Like I've seen you do these things before. This is not me sitting here thinking, can Rashford be that player? I know you could be a 15 goal a season.
Bro, how are we asking Rashford 27 in October to score 15 goals? It's mad,
We say that again.
Guaranteed 15 goals minimum.
But here's the thing, Saeed. We've had this debate before, and I think it was between Zispams and Temi. And Zispams, even though people piled on him that day, I actually agree with him. There is not a lot of 20-goal strikers out there, and he's not even a striker, he's a winger. There's not a lot of them out there that score 20 a season. Like the ones that I can remember in the last couple of seasons off the back of my head, obviously besides Haaland, because he's a freak of nature, The only ones I can remember that finished with 20 goals, it was Tony, Ollie Watkins, and Harry Kane.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of names. When people talk about players getting under 20 goals, so if you get 15 to 20, that's a very good standard. Like that is actually not bad at all. Sadio Mane used to get goals around that, but obviously Sadio Mane was a superior player to Rashford. I'm not making a comparison,
for sure.
but a much superior player was getting about 20 goals a season anyways. I can't be deluded to think that if Rashford doesn't give me 20 goals, it is not good enough because there's not a lot of them out there anyways. If I just named you 4 players in 2 years, maybe Solanke finished with 19 last year. I can't remember anyone else. Isaac, did he? I don't know. Isaac was injured a lot. But see, you can count them on one hand is what I'm trying to say. There's not a lot of them out there. Rashford should 100% be aiming to finish between 15 to 20 goals because he's given us that before. He gave us a season, 2 seasons ago, he gave us 17. And one season where him and Martial absolutely went off. Both of them had, I think, 17 goals or 16 goals. That should be what he aims for. Yeah. And I don't think that is bad at all. When you really think of it, you're averaging 1 goal every, 2.5 games. That's not a lot to ask.
Yeah. Especially with the amount of games we got. We got 8 Europa League games, man.
No, but I meant just in the league. In the league, a lot more.
But overall, he should be aiming for 25 or
yeah, of course. And to be fair, I think we're gonna have a lot of our strikers. Sorry, not our strikers. I think a lot of our attackers will score more goals this season. Because down to the fact that we have actually Ahmad available for a full season, which we didn't last season.
Yeah.
We have Xerxes who, listen, as much as you won't get goals, he will contribute to the team around him getting into
of course.
And I keep saying this guy, bro, he's our version of Firmino. He's not maybe the same exact quality. Firmino had a little bit more flair about him and all that. But the way he improves everyone around him, these players are very underrated. These players that can make everyone around him look better, they're very underrated because there's no stat really that highlights that. It's very easy to highlight someone's stat when it's a goal, when it's an assist, or it's even when it's a pass and assist. Xerxes, the way I've seen him play last game, and I'm looking at how our wingers want to play, I have no doubt if he stays healthy, he will be able to do that. So I predict this team to score more goals, not 80 like you said in the beginning of the season. I'm gonna be real with you.
That's a 70 goals.
I think if we score 70, that means we had a very, very good season. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
but I do
expect 70 in the Premier League. 70 in the Premier League. I said
that's what I was trying to say. We should 100% score more than 57 because there's more quality on the pitch this season than last season. And by the way, we need to talk about this. What are we gonna do when Hoyland is back?
Bolt today or what?
Yeah, I was just gonna call
Omar, you're not on mute.
Yeah, let me mute him.
What are we gonna do when Hoyland is back?
Now, by the way, why was people cooking Xerxes when he came on? Like, I get it, he didn't have the best cameo, but Broski, he's not a cameo kind of guy, man. Like, I was hoping he'd score, but people need to relax, man. Xerxes, I feel like for me, he's gonna be one of them where people are just gonna just bash him for no reason, man.
He had a very good shot on target, and the goalkeeper made a good save.
It seems that he has that languid style of play.
Yeah, it's like a kind of style, isn't
it? To me, he's more like a Berbatov than Martial.
Yes.
No, but both of them have that body language, which pisses off people because they look so nonchalant. And they're like,
just kind of like,
oh, no, like show more. Like, no, they're not that player.
That is true, though. He's a lower starter. He's not an impact player, bro. Like, the game's 100 miles an hour by the time he comes on. He likes to just get the ball, touch it. He needs time to adjust to the game. You know what it is,
Said? I think he's one of those that kind of sets up the tempo of the game.
Yes.
Like, depending on how fast or slow the game is, he plays a part of that. Whereas, like, people, when you play a fast game like today, because goals were going in left and right, okay? He comes in and people look at the way he plays, they're going to assume he's lazy and they're going to be like, oh, look how slow he is. He just doesn't play at that high intensity. If he was probably starting the game, then you can have a different argument. But for him to come in and just start running and doing what people think and just barging forward to score a goal, that's not really who he is, And like one thing, I'm going to be honest, I've never seen Xerxes miss the target. Can you tell me one time Xerxes missed the target?
Yeah. Well,
you got to think about it. And it's probably that header against Liverpool. I'll answer it for you. But the fact that the reason I'm highlighting this side is just to show you, like, even though he doesn't shoot a lot, every time he shoots the ball, it's on target. Like last game, he sent the goalkeeper the wrong way, but the defender cleared it. If the defender's not there, that's a goal for him. Today, he had a good shot on target. The goalkeeper saved it. His ball striking is actually good. He just doesn't shoot a lot. And I think Brian is right. He's more of a Berbatov. Guys, I'm not really I'm not actually asking you to name the last time he missed the shot. Like, Of course, he's going to miss shots. I'm just trying to say that his accuracy is actually very good. He's one of those that actually gets the ball on target a lot.
Bro, they dweebs, bunch of doofus. Don't even.
United fans.
I'm actually asking him, name me the last. Like I'm joking. Of
Bro,
course
they're chopped peas. The thing is, you know what I got to do? Say, like, remember that link-up play he had? I think it was him, Mazarawi, and Bruno, and then Garnacho.
Is it the double back flicks that they were both?
That was going on, and then Bruno squares it to Garnacho, and Garnacho just beasts.
Yeah, they link on plays really, like when United move the ball quick like that. There's not many teams, they have technical players. United have technical players where they can pass the ball like that. And we haven't talked about him today, Mazraoui, just really good footballer, just so good.
What about him?
For 50 million pounds? Technically, he's just a silly player, man. Like I cannot believe Bayern Munich let him go. Like I know maybe they have other players, but like. Technically, I haven't seen a right back like that for a long time. That just knows how to keep the ball, pass the ball. He's a really good player. I really like him. He's easily becoming one of my favorite players.
I actually want to ask you guys this: should he be playing on the left? Because I think Dalot today showed out on the right, and I think Dalot could play on the left, but I think we've seen way more consistent performances on the right from him. And is it one of those where we're sacrificing him just to put Mazraoui in for now, or should we just be putting Mazraoui in there? Because I think Mazraoui can play the same way on the left that he does on the right.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what? If Mazraoui was more of a crosser of the ball, I'd be like, I understand why he's on the right. Mazraoui likes a little bit of a 1-2. He likes to get involved in the middle of the park a lot. He gives and he goes. He moves in these tight spaces a lot, which he could do the same thing on the left. Because as I said, he doesn't like to go on his right and just cross the ball. Whereas Dalot, I feel like Dalot likes to cross the ball more. He likes to run into space. If he's not running in the middle of the park, sometimes he makes these runs forward, maybe a little 1-2, and he'll look for a cross. I think he is more of a crosser of the ball than Mazraoui. So if he likes to play more on the right, probably put him there.
I think he can do it. He can cross. He just, for some reason this season he hasn't done it a lot. He can definitely overlap. I've seen him do it for Bayern Munich and Ajax.
No, I know he does, but he hasn't done that for us, which is why I'm saying if you're going to play that way, then let's just put you on the left.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's an option. He can play on the left. Ten Hag can do that. I don't know why he hasn't done it yet. Maybe he just likes
experimenting, man. He's just trying to ease him in, because of physicality. Like, listen, he hasn't had that welcome to the Premier League moment in it, and he's gonna get that.
Liverpool, that's his welcome to the.
Well, no, but then that was.
I think it was Brighton.
You reckon?
I think that goal we considered, that last goal was. I don't.
No, I'm talking about where he's really struggling to kind of play his game and to adapt and maybe to get out, and maybe he has a few mistakes. Like, he's gonna have that performance, And listen, it's a Premier League, innit? It will humble you, innit? On a random cold night, in I don't know where it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna humble you, but it's how you recover and it's how you get to that situation, isn't it? So, listen, I don't think United do like cross anyway, man. If I'm being honest with you, man, like
no, we don't
do the crosses thing, man. Like, as a football club, like, Rashford might ping one in sometimes here and there, but we don't really cross, man. Everything's on the ball, trying to shoot outside the box. You know what I mean? We don't really.
Even look at the way the goals we scored today was we were passing it around 1-2s. That's how we want to play. So we are not really that kind of team.
On the edge of the box, like towards the right hand side. That's where Bruno and Casemiro love to. First touch,
I gotta give boys credit too.
Just cross it in.
Them boys were playing high. Them boys did not give up. Barnsley,
yeah, bro. Fair play to them.
They were trying to. No matter what, 4 or 5, they still trying to get a goal.
Fair play to them, man.
They said we're not leaving with nothing, but they still left with nothing. But yo, shout out them, bro. Come on, Trafford.
Yeah. If you're not on your game and you encounter a team like that, you can get caught out. So that's why the coach played the way he wanted to play. If you're probably still going to get beat anyway, what's the point of just sitting back and not even trying?
Yeah. Well, like I said, man,
they give it a go.
Different game, man. Palace, man. I think, did they win today, man? I was looking to crash it on Man like D. You know what I'm saying? Like, did they win?
It would be nice to have Højlund back, though. I know a lot of people in this fan base. Some people don't like him, but
when is he coming back? I could swear Ten Hag just told us the other day that he's back training or back with the squad.
Couple of weeks, maybe next week.
I think the new, some of the new staff, the medical staff, are giving a lot longer for recovery.
Yeah.
than before. I think if we needed to bring him in now, we could, but I don't think they're rushing him. They're giving him more than enough chance to recover. So that's fine.
You reckon
I don't think we need to rush him back.
I think for me that was just an experiment because Xerxes wasn't.
Palace won 2-1 today, Saeed.
Oh yeah, it wasn't up to
Ketia opener and Eze scored the second.
Depth looking good, man. We pray.
Did you see the penalties between Preston and Fulham? They beat them on penalties 16-15.
Wow. That was like Villarreal game, innit? All over again.
Yeah. More than that, because the Villarreal one was 11 penalties.
It was 12, 13 or something like that.
So you lot happy with the depth then? You lot calm with the depth, like
I think
no. We still.
You know what it is?
Euro comes back, Mount comes back, Shaw, Malacia, Hoyland. When those do come back,
but when you look at the squad though, is there an excuse though? When people say Ten Hag hasn't been backed or whatever, you look at it. Yeah, you've got two players in every position. 2 players in every position. By October, if everyone is back here, Shaw, Malacia, Mason Mount, Hoyland. You've got 2 in every position.
Euro, I keep forgetting we signed Euro.
Oh yeah, Euro as well. He comes back, bro. Like, yeah, it's 0 excuses, man. Like, generally, you've got a squad there that is stacked. Is it of quality? That's up to everyone and how we play and whatnot. But it's a stacked squad, man. And like I said, it's gonna be dog eat dog out there. You know what I mean? Players are gonna have to play on point. You know what I mean? But then again, that's why for me, when people say, "Oh, but what do you think is gonna happen here? Like, who's gonna start, bro?" Like, we have good problems, man. It's a good problem to have. Having depth is a good problem. I don't see it as a bad problem, I
think when you look at it, Ten Hag doesn't have excuses for sure. But another thing is that people keep treating this team that has been assembled is like as if it's the team that Ole had. Or it's the same players. Like, there's a lot of these players they've down tools. I'm like, which players? Like, most of them are gone. And the ones that are still here are probably going to leave next summer. Lindelof, Maguire. Lindelof hasn't even played a game this season.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Lindelof. Is he alive? Yeah.
He's still here. But he hasn't played a game.
That's crazy. Where does he play?
He's
He's our left back, though. He's our left back when... you see when we have these little
He could have played today, though. He could have played today. I think he's fit.
He would have played today. Yeah. That was the Amrabat role today, man. You know what I mean? Where Amrabat played in that first Carabao Cup game. Collier did his thing today. Collier is a grower. Keep an eye on him. Okay. Fair enough. Now, Collier, listen, I want Collier to play in the midfield, but I don't know if he's going to get a chance to play midfield because of the fact
What do you think is our best midfield, Saeed? What do you think is our best midfield?
For me, I would say Ugarte, Casemiro, and Mainu. Or Ericsson in there. Ericsson.
What about you, Staffy?
It's a tough one. I'm not sure, but a part of me wants to play Casemiro, Ugarte, and Mainu, just because I think Ugarte playing next to Casemiro will help him. I know a lot of people want Ugarte to come in for Casemiro, but rather than play next to each other. I don't think our midfield options are that solid. I'd rather be a little bit more defensively sound. Yeah. So I'd put them 2, And listen, Mainu is Mainu. I think he could play anywhere across the 3 in the midfield. He's probably better going forward anyways. So him having these 2 behind him, I think that's our best midfield.
Yeah, let us know in the chat as well if you want, guys, as well.
Footy fanatics, how about you?
Footy fanatics. I agree with obviously Saeed and Staffy, but let's be honest, your club captain and on 300K a week is not sitting that bench. And let's be also honest, one thing you have to say, that guy could suck for 90 minutes, but in 1 minute give you a moment of brilliance, So like you're gonna have to start Bruno and probably play Maino and Ugarte. That's what I would start, and then with the rotations like today with Casemiro and stuff as the games get bigger. But it would still kind of result maybe to the same issue because Maino would still have to come and fill in gaps. So it's just trying to find that balance. I could see Mason Mount coming into that midfield sometimes over over Bruno, but it's Bruno Fernandes, man. Let's not forget how much he's done for the club in that small amount of time. But does he have stinkers a lot? And I feel like that's what kills him.
I'm thinking.
Listen, man.
You know what it
It
is?
bro.
We have depth, but it's just we don't have that like Rodri, or we don't have like that standout player in midfield where you're like, yeah, okay, this is the guy that's holding everything together. So it's tough. I think Ten Hag just needs to chop and change the midfield until the end of the season. I don't think there's anybody there that's guaranteed starter. So
we don't have a three where like this midfield three picks itself every game. I think bar Mainu, I think he's the only one that picks. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have to take that back. I feel like even there's certain games where we don't need to start him and just have a different dynamic in the midfield. Even though I do think he's our best midfielder, but I actually think like we're gonna have to play based on the opponent. There's games where we need.
That's what I said. Yeah,
have Eriksen in the team, have Mainu in the team.
It's based on the
There's
opponent.
games where I feel like we want to have a double pivot that's solid and doesn't get overran. So you have to play Ugarte and you have to play Casemiro. There's a headache that we haven't thought about.
A good headache, fam.
For the 6th time, Mason Mount is back. We said that 6 times since he joined because he got injured 5 times so far.
He's back.
So for the 5th or 6th time, he's back. Now,
listen, man. I think, man. I think for me, it's all dependent on the vibe. You see how Arsenal were having problems last year with Rice, Jorginho and whatnot. And sometimes they're saying that Trossard should start ahead of Martinelli. But then Trossard, when he starts, he doesn't play well. Martinelli's on bad form. Everyone has their problems, wingers with City. 1 minute it's Grealish, 1 minute it's Doku, 1 minute it's this player. Everyone's got to just experiment, man. And that's what Ten Hag has to do. He has to experiment, but then he has to have a settled team after that. He's got to then...
The difference between us and City side is that they can make all these changes and it doesn't really change the principles of how they play. Whereas for us, if we change dynamics in the midfield, we will play different styles of football because we cannot perfect one to begin with. So there's games where you're going to see us dominate the ball, and there's games where you're going to see us give up most of the ball because we cannot play a sustainable way where one player leaves and he gets filled in by another player and you don't notice the difference. That's the one thing that City's good with. That's probably one thing that also Arsenal are good with because they've reached such a high level of football that when they chop and change, they play with the same principle and just little tweaks here and there. We are not at that level yet. If we play Ugarte and Casemiro as an example, I expect us to lose a lot of the ball. Whereas if we play Mainu and Eriksen, we'll probably dominate the ball, And that's the issue that we have. We have to figure out, even our front line, by the way. If Xerxes out, I think we're going to struggle in certain games when Xerxes out. And it's not necessarily because I don't rate Højlund. I just don't see Højlund being able to maintain the level that Xerxes is going to put in that front line. I feel like the wingers will probably miss Xerxes in games that he won't play because they won't be fed the ball the same way Xerxes used to feed them the ball. So unfortunately we're not at that level. We're gonna have to, as I said, we're gonna have to play game by game. But our expectations, we cannot expect to go into a game having the same performance we had the game before because it's not granted. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Facts, 100%, man. Like I said, man, we move on to Crystal Palace, man, because that game right there is where everybody's focus is going to be at, man. And it's a totally different game. Shout out to Faz for the raid, man. Man was at the game, behind the scenes access. If you want to get your behind the scenes access, go check out Planet Faz channel.
Yeah, I saw that trophy with Anthony. Maybe he was the reason he balled out. I don't know what he told him. He maybe whispered something in his ear.
I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying?
For the last game on Saturday.
Sorry?
For the last game on Saturday.
Yeah, 5:30, man. All eyes on me.
I hate being the last game on Saturday.
Game, thank God we can sleep, bro.
Hey.
Oh man.
Said good. So
I like playing in that 10 o'clock block when everybody else is playing. Like for us here on the Eastern time.
Yeah,
when everybody is that's perfect.
Yo, you got aired by Bruno. That's crazy. That's mad. You got aired by Bruno,
Give it up, Faz.
Wait,
give it up. You think you're worried about him? You're not worried about him.
You see in America, yeah? I didn't go near Ten Hag, man. I let him do his thing. Because in the day, I'm not a fake guy, man. I've been cussing this guy out all day. I'm going to be asking for photos and real talk, man. I swear down, bro. He was right in front of me, taking autographs and pictures and that. I'm not gonna go up to him and say, "Yo, what are you saying, Eric Ten Hag?"
That's like says the spazzing on Bruno and try to dap him up.
You know what I mean? Bruno, listen, Bruno, I've met him already, but that was time ago. That was when he was cooking. You know, the ones there. Now it's one of them, you get me? So, but now I think ultimately these players, like, they might watch content and whatnot, but for me, you got to avoid all that, man. Like Garnacho can't be replying to people on Twitter, man. Like these players, they have to do better, man. At the end of the day, everyone's got an opinion, especially Twitter, man. Twitter, they think they know it all,
I think sports changed, man. Sports have changed,
man.
I think people now they'll reply. I think you're going to see more happen more and more. I think you're going to see
100%. Especially next generation. The next generation will definitely reply more because they're on social media and they watch people like, you know, like Chunks and them, man, and you know the
Omar would fanboy over Garnacho if he's at the game.
I'll dap him up, yo. Que lo que, mi amigo.
You know, actually, funny enough, when United came to the US last year and they were staying here in Jersey, I went to the hotel. The one player that guess the one player that I didn't dab him up, but the one player that like basically gave me recognition. Guess who?
Casemiro.
Yeah.
But Casemiro's a legend though. That's crazy.
They were all walking to the bus. So all the fans are to the right where the entrance is. And there's like a little piece of grass in front of the hotel. So it was just me and this one guy. We snuck to the grass. So we see all the players walking towards us to get to the bus. So we're a little bit far. And I'm not gonna lie, I was fanboying. So it's like every time I saw someone, I just shouted their name. And Varane and Casemiro were walking next to each other. And I said, Varane, Casemiro. And Casemiro looks at me. He's the only one that looked to his right where the grass is. And he goes like this. He waves at me. The only player. If he knew how much I slid at him, he would have never done that.
That's mad.
I don't think there's any player in this United team I'd fanboy over, if I'm being honest with you. I don't think they should. No,
Listen, you give him a little shout out on that, you know what I mean? Like when I was I was like, yo, big up Lenny Euro, man. Big season ahead. That's it. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean, fanboying, it's a mad thing, you get me?
Not for me. Maybe when I was younger, I would be like, you know, there was a time when, funny enough, Manchester United came to Nigeria when I was younger, and I didn't go, but it was that Rooney was there, players like that were there. That would have been me going crazy. But I don't know. I'd probably fanboy over Ruud van Nistelrooy on the bench over anybody else. So
Henry. Is that also Henry said? Henry said players are checking their phone at half.
Yeah.
Nah, they don't check their phones. Surely not.
They did.
Their phones are nowhere near them, man. Do you know what I mean?
What? The way how fast these players tweet after full time, they definitely some of them have their phones.
But Bruno's active on Insta though, man. He's always active. You know that man that like every single post and comment on anything. Bruno's that guy, man. He's active on social media. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's watching a few podcasts here and there or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? But you got to do your thing.
Did you hear what Pep said? Pep said he doesn't even have social media.
Big up Omar, man. Love, bro.
Give it up, kid.
Love.
Give it up, kid.
Big up, bro.
Said he heard me out. Give it up, kid.
Come on.
Come on. I'm all
For the fanatics. Big up to you, bro. Come on. Yeah, just got home. Big up Andy, man. Come on. Always love my guy, Andy. Yeah, he comments on to everyone, man. I think for me, I don't mind that, you know, because he's you know what I mean? He's always supportive of others. I like that from Bruno. One thing I like about him, he's very, very supportive of others. He's not a hater. He's not a bad person in the dressing room to have. You know what I mean? Like he kind of like he wants everyone to win, in a sense.
Be honest, that's gone, man. That's
I don't
now
mind
dressing
that.
room. We don't have. I don't think we have any player like that. I don't think we have any player that's like that. I just hate. That's just annoying. I don't think we have those players anymore. I think most of them are gone, if not all of them are gone. So our dressing room should be a happy place. And I think Rio was saying similar, that when he went to the training ground, that everybody looked good.
No,
that
so I don't think this idea that the media have always put like United, like even in the bad times at United, you had Pogba, Bruno, all of them dancing. You had Lukaku, Zlatan. Bro, that was tough times, you know, man. And bro, them man were dancing, fam. Do you get it? So I never ever think like, you know, it's a toxic environment, Man United. I don't think it is, you know, like they always claim like they don't like each other, but I never thought that these players don't like each other, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like,
No,
I think they always want to.
no.
They always want to do their thing, bro. They always want to,
Especially now. You can imagine, especially now with the Leeds coming, Mazraoui coming, these people know each other. And what's his name? Xerxes. These guys know each other. So
yeah, they know
he's
each other,
best friends with
And they already know Onana. They already know
Anthony,
Sancho,
probably
Anthony. There you go.
Martinez.
Most of them played together, but not all of them at the same time. But everyone knows someone, and they all played at the same time. It's like Onana played with De Ligt, he played with Lisandro, but he didn't play with both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's like we do have a lot of players that have relationships with each other.
Yeah, 100%, man. So I think this idea that people think that this dressing room, like, it's just not been a winning dressing room. That's all it is. But the camaraderie has always been strong. Like, them and a dancing. That's why certain people like Roy Keane and Souness, they don't like it, innit? They don't want it. They don't want that.
Souness,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
That guy is.
Yeah, shout out to Sunshine.
He's
You know
so
what I mean,
annoying, man. Graham Souness, I
vibes.
can't stand him.
Yeah.
Can't stand him.
Yeah, man.
Keane, I get it. Keane is Roy Keane, right? Like, he has the way he lives his life and whatever. He's actually, if you actually hear the stories of Roy Keane, he was probably one of them that actually partied pretty hard. Funny enough.
The doors. He used to say all the time, like, these players will be pissed, etc., etc. They'll be pissed up on that, etc. So them man were doing their thing. Them man were active. Them ones. So, they've been doing their thing, man. You know what I'm saying to you. So let's see. Guys, the Man United attack is clicking. I don't know. We'll see. Crystal Palace.
We'll see,
that
man.
game there is
Palace
huge,
is a big challenge. What's their centre back pairing? Is Badia Shield. They also brought in this guy from Wolfsburg. What's his name?
Yeah, Lacroix.
Yeah. And they also have Guehi. Although Guehi has been poor this season for Palace.
Yeah.
Not Badia Shield. The guy from Chelsea. The other one from Chelsea. What's his name? Chalobah.
Chalobah. Yeah, that's what I said. Badia Shield went there.
No, not Badia Shield. Sorry, Chalobah. Yeah. But I mean, but they said Guehi has been poor for them. Like, I was reading some of the comments from Crystal Palace fans. They're not happy with their performances this season. So
no, they're not.
We'll see.
They're not happy.
Watson has looked kind of spooky, but he'll probably have his game of his life against us. That's how it always goes. So we'll see.
Yeah. By the way, just a funny one. By the way, did you see Casemiro telling Garnacho, "Yo, relax with that celebration, man"? That was funny. I felt, man.
He didn't
trying to tell you, listen, allow that, man. Allow that.
Board with him, yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, Garnacho is.
It's Barnsley. It's Barnsley. He said, "Yo, it's Barnsley." He said, "Chill." He said, "Nah, I'm doing it." You get me?
I'm so class. It's like the uncle of the dressing room. If I'm being honest.
Yeah. He's like the uncle. He's like, "Yo, brother, relax, bro. Relax. It's Barnsley. Chill, man. Chill." But listen, man. Big up to everyone who's here. We're gonna wrap it up. Please smash a like on the video. I don't know how many likes we're on right now, but yeah, man. Chilled show, man. May this continue. Saturday, I'll be doing a show about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock on Saturday night. Let's see if this continues. I want to be here Saturday night, relaxed, enjoying,
bro.
3 points again. Bro, for me on the Big Six, I just want to buy my time, man. Because I spoke a lot on there. I don't even see how I cook Grizz, Did you see how I cooked him?
I don't know if I watched that one. I watched the last one where KG was on.
I need to keep cooking. These, man. You know what I mean? Like, I just need to be shameless for a little bit. Like, let me just enjoy myself. Don't let me go back to the old Saeed on Saturday.
The dark days.
Yeah, the dark days, man. Let me just be happy. You know what we should do? We should do a challenge of let's like not have any meltdowns until the end of September. Can we do a challenge?
Hey, 3 more games.
3 more games.
That's
September.
attainable.
Let's do a challenge of September. Forget the Liverpool game. It was a decent month. You know the ones there.
Listen, Palace away, then FC 20 at home, and then Spurs at home. That looks. It sounds reasonable to me.
I would love to be the team that gets Ange on the path to being sacked. I would love us to really.
You're trying to wreck his home. What's wrong with you, Brian?
Yeah, no meltdown.
I'm sorry.
Home record, Brian. That's crazy.
But come on, the way the media has kissed Ange all season, like from last season, and his record is worse than Ten Hag's.
I know.
Genuinely, honestly. So
we're the only big team he's beaten. If you wanted to consider us a big team last year, anyways.
Yeah, because he has a particular style, and it's the media and whatnot like it, and it's worked for them, yeah. That's where I think style gives you a little bit of time, but obviously results are the main thing. Maybe
to a point, yeah.
He's not had as well batterings as well. Let's be honest. Like Tottenham have not had batterings, so maybe it's that. And obviously it is Tottenham as well, man. You know what I mean? And Champions League as well. We had the Champions League exit. There's a lot of been, situations where United have had, but it is what it is. But like I said to you guys, just please, let's get through September. No meltdown September. Can United do that challenge? Can we find out?
Will you be on the Big Six show where they're doing like the in live stream? Man City Arsenal, are you going to be there?
Which one?
Man City Arsenal this weekend.
Sunday.
No, I won't be there. No, I won't be there, unfortunately. No.
Okay.
No.
Saeed said London hype.
Yeah, London hype. But listen, man said get it back in the lab. No way, man. No way. You know what I'm saying? Like I said to you, if Ten Hag wins the league, Ten Hag in. Build him a statue. Do whatever you want to do.
If Ten Hag wins the league, I will be in Manchester that weekend.
Broski, you get a statue, bro. Don't get a statue.
I was going to say, I'll be sleeping on that couch behind Saeed, but I don't even see the couch no more. Where'd it go?
You can get a statue, fam. If he wins that league, get a statue.
What happened to the couch, Saeed? You got rid of it.
First manager since Fergie to win the league.
Are you mad? Are you crazy?
Broski. But anyway,
you don't even understand.
Too giddy.
Yeah.
Let's relax. Shut up. Pretend that never happened. Pretend that we didn't get in the lab. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's all just, nobody forget, nobody talk about this ever again. But anyway, people, make sure you follow Brian Pundit on Twitter. Shout out to you, bro.
Yes, thanks, guys. 7-0. Couldn't be happier. Great stream. Hopefully we do the same on the weekend and we beat Palace.
Glasner hype, bro. Glasner hype.
Yeah, Glasner hype. Trust me. Need to cook them frauds over there, man. In Crystal Palace, man. I've had enough of these guys, man. Big up Staffy, man. Let them know what's coming up with your channel.
No, big up, bro. I'm about to go live with
we're gonna redirect to you.
The bridge.
You don't go anywhere.
So come check us out. I have to ask him questions. I need to ask him why our front line has more goals than his front line. I just want to ask questions why Cole Palmer doesn't have more GA than Garnacho. I just want to ask why his midfielders don't have more goals than Eriksen. So it's just very simple questions I'd like him to answer. So make sure you tune into that. Huh?
Those are some great questions. Because
I'm just saying, bro.
Palmer,
listen, I just want to ask questions. That's all it is.
Palmer was awful in the last game. He was bad, like really bad.
That's all I want to ask, bro. I'm just trying to be objective. But yeah, I also dropped a match reaction. So make sure you guys check that out. I'm on my Saeed flow. Listen, I can't go as live as many times as Saeed does, but I'm on my Saeed flow when it comes to pre-recorded. So I'm trying to drop more pre-records. So make sure you show support there. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's tune in. Listen, I see the Bridge in the chat right now. Bridge, don't worry about it. We'll be there. You don't need to rush it. I'll be there in a second.
Yeah, there you go, people.
Bridge hype.
So yeah, man, 7-0. You know what I mean? Let's see if anybody can do a 7-0 in the Carabao Cup, man. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, I don't see anybody winning 7-0 in the Carabao Cup. So hold that. You know the ones there. We move 7-0. You heard it.